I've learned a tremendous amount of information being a type 1 diabetic for the last 25 years of my life, and now being on the ketogenic diet for a full 2 years. I also have a celiac disease as well. So what the ketogenic diet has taught me is all of the different areas in life in which sugar is hidden. And honestly, it's amazing. It kind of makes you sick to your stomach to think about how much these big food companies have really shoved sugar into everything. What's even possibly scarier is how they are continuing to shove sugar into more and more foods these days and disguising it under different names: agave syrup, brown rice syrup, etc. There's basically liquid sugar in 20, 30, 40 different forms that are entering our foods in the mainstream, widespread, and the end result is catastrophic for not only the United States but across the whole entire globe. It's causing more and more diabetes, it's causing more and more health-related complications, overweight, obesity, and it's far-reaching effects. And there's really only one way to combat that, and that is to grab your diet and basically show who's boss. Step one to living the ketogenic lifestyle and diet is to figure out your nutrient intake on a daily basis. It's often referred to as your macros. You'll read about those, you'll see #macros. And basically what you need to do is figure out how to live a lifestyle and a diet that is attached to 70 to 75% of the calories that you consume in a day attached to fat. It's a pretty high amount. Honestly, one of the hardest things I have with the ketogenic diet, even 2 years in, is I often have to reset and refocus on my macro levels, and I have to pay attention to the fact that you have to consume so much fat. It's almost contrary to the way that you've been taught since you were a grade school child. It's contrary to all of popular opinion. It's contrary to just about everything that you have ever been taught as a societal norm, is to eat 70 to 75% fat. Your natural tendency and the way you've been taught your whole life is to eat 70 to 75% carbs, but that's backwards. The next 20 to 25% of your diet comes from protein. Now, this takes some getting used to, and in large part, each individual is going to be slightly different when it comes to their protein intake. The best thing you can do is basically start off with a mix of around 70% fat and 25% protein, and then basically make adjustments for your own body and lifestyle as you see it taking effect in your life. The last 5% or less is your carb intake. Again, back to what we've been taught, back to what you've been instilled in your brain since you were a young child, is this carb intake is virtually nominal. If you're eating anything in your life and you're trying to live a ketogenic lifestyle, and it's anything along the lines of what you think is a carb, bread, rice, potatoes, etc., I can tell you you're virtually never going to get yourself into ketosis unless your body is just wired that way. For the vast majority of the people that I talk to and communicate with, and for me, it's 5% or less, which is an alarmingly low amount. Now that you've established what your macros need to be on a daily basis, it's important to figure out how to make sure that you're in line each day. I would encourage everybody to download any app. There's a number of nutrition apps. I like MyFitnessPal. Enter all of the food that you eat on a daily basis. Go ahead and subscribe to their platform for a year so that you get the full nutritional analysis. Perhaps there's another app out there that's cheaper or better that you don't have to subscribe to, or is more cost effective. But do your homework, do your research, enter all of the food that you eat on a daily basis into the nutritional app. And at the end of the day, each day, make sure you're in alignment, not only on your macros, and really take a hard look on the amount of fat intake, protein intake, and carb intake. And realize from the get-go that it's going to be very difficult to get the amount of fat in that you need daily and to reduce the carbs to the amount that you can only intake daily. After a couple of weeks, start to notice and see if you can see signs that you're in nutritional ketosis. The easiest way to tell that is to buy a blood testing ketone meter. They're very cheap, they're very economical. You can find them online, very easy, and go ahead and start testing yourself occasionally in the morning or the evenings or the afternoon. Switch it up at a variety of different times through the day and see if you start getting readings that point to you being in ketosis. What I'd like to do now is just walk you through what's going on with your body. Basically, if you can think of your body like a line graph, we have energy over here as the one axis, and we have time over here. What happens is you begin to eat a diet that is in large part consisting of macros that are more geared towards a ketogenic lifestyle. What's going to happen is your energy is going to be, that is derived from burning carbs, is going to start to shrink. It's going to start to decrease. And your energy that comes from fat is going to start to increase. That's shown by the red line here. I don't want to underestimate this, and I can't begin to tell this enough, how many people I've relayed this to over the years, how many people have reached out to me and said, hey, I'm trying the keto life, it's not working for me. And I respond back and say, hey, how long have you been trying this? And the answer unequivocally almost every time is 1 to 3 weeks. I can't begin to tell you, it's gonna take some time. Your body has been burning carbs for years, more than likely. More than likely you've lived a high carb lifestyle for possibly your entire lifetime. It's likely to take 2 to 10 weeks. Everybody's body's different, everybody's slightly different, but it's likely to take some time. The last 2 years of living a ketogenic lifestyle have made a remarkable improvement in my own personal life. Being a type 1 diabetic for over 25 years, hands down, the absolute #1 bonus of being in the ketogenic diet is that I've taken my diabetic A1C blood sugar level from 8.5% plus for 10 years running, and I've taken that to a constant of 6.5%. Not a small change. That change in and of itself, just by itself, very well may extend my life for another 10 to 20 years. Certainly will extend my quality of life. My weight has gone from 282 pounds, and I have gone to 228 pounds. I'd like to point out, I turned 40 this year. I hit the weight of 225 years old when I went into sophomore year of high school, and I only kept going up after that. So I'm virtually down to the same weight I was when I entered high school, which is wonderful. The amount of energy I have is absolutely ridiculous. It's insane. My energy level is 3, 4, 5 times what it was pre-keto. I feel like constantly, all times during the day, my brain will never, ever shut off. The mental clarity that comes with a ketogenic diet is phenomenal. My business has excelled. My personal relationships with my family and my friends and my loved ones has excelled. There are so many different benefits that come as intangible benefits that are side benefits from you living a better life and taking care of yourself in a better fashion. I hope you find this video helpful. If you do, give me a follow. Give me a subscribe here on YouTube, and look me up on Instagram and Twitter as the Keto Diabeto. Thanks so much. Have a great day.